Hear that? That is like someone with arthritis at the age of 80 that has ran their whole life. That is not what we want. We're gonna need a total knee replacement. So this is the alternative. Gently place that on the floor. And look at this one. You see that?
That's like a 22-year-old who
has never ran in their life, has been sitting on the couch and has never used their knees. Look at that.
Awesome.
What mode should I use?
Regular.
Sounds good.
It's freezing in Southern California right now. I'm cold. Hey you guys, welcome back to the Garage Couple. My name is Aline and this is Greg and we are the Garage Couple.
On this week's episode, we are ditching the wimpy stock front drive shaft on our Jeep TJ Rubicon, and instead we are upgrading it with this beast of a drive shaft. So if you'd like to check that out, stay tuned and let's get started. What would we do without coffee, huh?
Not much. What would I do without my hat? Not much. I've been spending a lot of time making us Garage Couple merch as well, you guys. It's directly under the video. Make sure to check it out and let us know what you think. Also, make sure to check us out on Instagram at Garage Couple for our day to day.
Now, the reason we're changing out our front drive shaft is because we have upgraded this Jeep Wrangler TJ quite a bit. Now she's sitting on 38-inch Milestar Patagonia tires on 17-inch Rocktrix rims with a 4.5-inch Skyjacker lift kit. Now this thing is far from original. As far as upgrading your Jeep, there is no one way to do it. We went ahead and did the tires and lift first, and now we are adding supporting mods. The weakest link on the front axle is the drive shaft at this point in time. We already changed the control arms, as well as we changed out the differential cover, and we're slowly building up our front diff. Now, this install is not going to be as straightforward as the rear drive shaft install, in which case we also have made a video and we also adjusted our pinion angle in that episode. If you haven't seen it, check it out. But I'm going to show you how we're going to install this, and hopefully I don't have to drop my skid plate.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Without
further ado,
I bring to you
Christmas miracle?
It's a Christmas. So let's go ahead and check out this beast. I cannot wait to compare it with the original unit. Now this is how they come. They're all custom made. If you could see, ours has the Garage Couple on it. Alrighty, so unboxing this thing, this is incredibly heavy. I'm guessing a lot heavier than the stock one. We'll go ahead and inspect that when we pop it off. Now this is by Tom Woods, the same manufacturer that made the rear drive shaft on this TJ. Now the reason we went with Tom Woods is because they hand make these drive shafts and they are extremely strong, extremely heavy duty, and I have no doubt that if I hear a whoosh sound while we're off-roading, it's not going to be Tom Woods drive shaft. It's going to be something else that we installed. So they all come custom made. As you can see, ours has our name on it, the Garage Couple, and this is also a greasable style fitting. And why don't we go ahead and unwrap this thing. Now, oftentimes what can happen with the original drive shaft is once you lift it, and especially if it's old and has like damage to any of these components, it could start to vibrate. Now ours doesn't necessarily have a vibration, but we could tell that it's time to swap it out, and we'll show you exactly what we mean as soon as we remove the old one. Now let me go ahead and open this thing out. Wow.
And that last layer is out.
Let's take a look. This is...
Wow.
So the original one is also a CV style. There's a total of 8mm bolts holding this drive shaft in. Typically the ones in the rear are hard to get to, but we're gonna try to take it off without dropping the skid. Now Now all you're gonna need for this job is an 8mm socket on a ratchet, and you just put some elbow grease in and get it done. As you can see here, I got the one with a grease fitting just because it has a longer life if you service it appropriately. So every time you change your oil, just go ahead and put some oil in here as well, some grease, and it should be good for a long time. Now, without any further ado, let us go ahead and remove the stock one. Almost forgot to mention the new drive shaft comes with bigger, heavier duty bolts for the rear. This appears to be 7/16 in size, so you're also going to need one of those. Let's get cracking.
Crack-a-lackin' like a walnut for Christmas? What?
You're a walnut for Christmas.
Now, some of you guys might notice in our background, we have a new fence. Now, it's not a funny story, but there is a story behind it. A couple weeks ago, Greg and I woke up and our Ring alarm went off and someone was trying to get into the TJ. Don't know what the intention was, but because of that, we need to protect our babies. So we fenced in our Jeeps now. So a little more protected. Check it out, check it out. I think it looks pretty good. Come on in.
Come on down. We are literally sitting underneath the Jeep. It helps to have the Jeep this high so we can work on it. Now these are the 4 in the front. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can go ahead and spray these and you can put it your 8mm over and let's remove.
Now, working with used Jeeps, you guys, we've kind of come across similar issues with our TJ. One is coming across strip bolts. The second is that in the same area, when they're all supposed to be the same size, some of the socket heads are different sizes. So we are currently working on that.
In case you guys were wondering what we are doing with our old 35s, we brought them out to this park and we are going to be selling them to another person passing along the deal. Those rims are about $200 each, brand new. Tires obviously are very expensive and they have sensors. They're mounted, balanced. Basically, you take this home and you mount it up tonight. I think it's a great price. Let's see if I can get them out of here. All right, as you can tell, it's a different day. We're wearing different clothing and here's why. One of the 4 screws that was on the front pinion yoke of our drive shaft was actually stripped. Came that way to us, and that's honestly one of the prices that you have to pay when you buy a used Jeep Wrangler.
Especially from the East Coast.
Especially from the East Coast. Now, what we did is we got one of these sets of strip bolt removal tools. Prior to this, you would just slip on a smaller size, hammer it in, and pray for the best and take it out.
That didn't work for us.
Didn't work for us, and honestly, it's kind of a pain. So it's definitely worthwhile to have a set like this that helps you remove any bolt within these sizes easily. We've actually haven't used this, so we're hoping it's going to be a really quick removal. If you want to see the exact one that we got, it's in our Amazon shop, which is in our description below. Just click the tools tab under all the parts that we put up there. All hand tailored for you. So why don't we go ahead and grab the 8mm, which appears to be this one, and let's get started.
Or continue. Wow, magic, butter.
Oh, so easy.
Sorry.
I'm surprised we didn't have this kit sooner. Just look at that. This bolt is done for. Wow. This is shot totally. So these things are supposed to rotate freely. This one rotates but has some resistance. And the one on this side, man, this does not rotate at all. I'm guessing the joint in there is totally shot. Now it's time to remove the 4 bolts. We're not going to drop the transfer case skid plate. We're just going to go from down here. And we're going to use our flex attachment to hopefully take them all out. The bolt threads through the output of the transfer case and goes into the drive shaft assembly. Let's go ahead and take it out now. So this is underneath the skid plate. That is the hole. Those are the 2 bolts on each side. 1, 2, and there's 3 and 4 on the other side. We're gonna slip this through and try to get it done. All right, 1 down, 3 to go. I found it easiest to use one of these 8mm ratcheting wrenches. Let's do the other 3. So one of those bolts underneath at the level of the transfer case was also stripped. Went ahead and used that tool again, and honestly this thing worked like a glove, like a charm. Already paid for itself. It was inexpensive anyway, like 20 bucks or so. Well worth the price. Time to move on to the next ones. I think I'm gonna just use this to remove the next one. We're not gonna reuse these bolts, so I don't care if I destroy them or not.
Under you go. And it's out. Wow.
So the front drive shaft is already a CV style, which means it has 2 of these joints. So the thing is, it's supposed to move freely, but look at that crunch. Look, come feel that. Hear that? That is like someone with arthritis at the age of 80 that has ran their whole life. That is not what we want. We're gonna need a total knee replacement. So this is the alternative. Just gently place that on the floor. And look at this one. You see that?
That's like a 22-year-old who
has never ran in their life, has been sitting on the couch and has never used their knees. Look at that.
Awesome.
And see how these spin freely? And notice these spin freely. It has a greasable joint right there and another one right over here. There's this cardboard here that says remove before installation. So we're gonna go ahead and do so now. So here they are side by side. I don't have a scale with me, but this one is actually pretty heavy. And this one is quite a bit lighter than the original. Now, the nice thing about the new one is it's lighter, less rotational mass, which means less drivetrain losses. That should result in better MPGs. But the nice thing is it's actually much, much stronger than the original one. So you're gonna be losing weight as well as gaining energy and performance, muscles. So we love that combination. And another nice thing is it actually comes with replacement rear bolts. Now these are substantially more heavy duty than the ones that came out. So we're excited to go ahead and place these in now.
Let's take a quick look close up. Removing.
Wow.
Like cake.
Time to reverse those steps. I'm gonna start with the rear 4. Gonna put one in and then keep rotating it as I tighten it, and then we'll go ahead and pop it into the front pinion. Let's do it.
Time to put the camera down and get back to my flashlight duties under the Jeep. See you in a sec. This is definitely a 2-person job. So I just got out from under the Jeep. I was holding the front of the drive shaft while Greg was rotating the back and lightly putting in those screws, and now he is tightening that backside to then move to the front. First drive, and the verdict is?
Super smooth. It feels like the Jeep is picking up a little quicker than before. I think it's because the front drive shaft is lighter.
Smooth as silk is what I was looking for.
Smoother as a silke.
We will keep you posted as we continue to drive on it. Stay safe, you guys.
Whoop, whoop. And that's a wrap, guys. All done. All it took, once you have the right tools, it doesn't take any more than 1 hour and an amazing assistant. You definitely should have 2 people to get this job done, as putting it back up might be difficult for 1 person to do. It can be done, but I don't think I recommend it. This was super straightforward, and we hope that it provides us a long life ahead. Now, every time we do an oil change, we're gonna get into the habit of greasing both our front and rear drive shafts, as well as rotating all of our tires. So Aline actually has something to share with you all. All right. Cheryl.
Thank you all for watching. Make sure to check us out at Garage Couple. We are always giving Jeep parts away, so make sure to subscribe to get all that content and all those giveaways.
We just had an awesome December. We gave away lots of items, and we're excited for what 2021 holds in store for us.
Woo.
Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, consider hitting the subscribe button, hitting the like button, and more importantly, taking a screenshot of Ollie and I and setting it as your wallpaper on your computer.
Smile.
For now, we'll leave you to it. Thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful day. Peace.
Stay safe. Peace. We out.